Well, I just got back from a gathering a few hours ago. I'm not really going to go into the details if I say that it was constructive. What I will get into is something that's a little bit close to my heart. It's radicalization. Now, Donald Trump has just recently named Steve Bannon the pudgy, alt-right Nazi troll who thinks he's Himmler, or from Breitbart no less, a job in his cabinet. Now, suffice to say, this is going to be an interesting topic. Now, before I went to the gathering, I had saw something that had been posted by Kat Black on her Facebook page. There's tweets explaining how someone in the rural U.S. or anywhere who is young, white, cis, and male would be radicalized to the alt right. Um, to start, they would go on pick up artist forums to say try to learn how to pick up women. And I myself, as a guy between the ages of 25 to 35, would get stuff in my email ads on the thing. I mean, hell, there was this one that was using the marker animation thing back a few years back that was popular and whatnot. So these guys would go to these sites to learn how to pick up women, how to pick up girls because they're lonely, they're frustrated young men, and a lot of them would be indoctrinated into these groups for want of a better understanding. And because these guys, and I have several cousins like this, who are they're young, and so yeah, they're young. They they could do all this. And they believe that, to a certain degree, that if they just continue on and going out to the oil fields or taking a trade, working at their dad's business, that eventually they'll get a comfortable life, and actually do some do. Unfortunately, a lot of them also end up finding, when they get into the bigger world, tend to end up feeling, or pretty much being told that they're now the bad guy. By and large, a lot of urban kids are those who don't end up doing well in the type of environments that breed the type of kids who are perfect for the alt right. So they travel to the city, which is more accepting. Da 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 da. So these guys are lonely, they're frustrated, and there's really nowhere else for them to go except for getting on the internet. And they go to one site, they find out, well, it's not really your fault. It's because of one thing, and then they move to another and move to another, and next thing you know, they're on Stormfront. It's also, anyways, this coincided with the Tea Party, and disaffected. A lot of people that believe that the Republicans in Washington aren't doing them any good. They're openly loathed by the new Democratic Party, even though a lot of them actually, to a certain degree, feel the same way on certain Democratic things. It's just everything else. Libertarian Party, they view is too leftist to a certain degree. It's kind of weird, but everything blows up to this. And Breitbart originally started off from that, but when Breitbart actually died and Bannon took over, it started pushing towards left, the rise of darkness, Gamergate. A lot of these guys are kind of feeling that they're the bad guy. And in truth, a lot of them aren't. But um, actually, I had a cousin sum it up quite perfectly. He's not all right in the slightest. He actually laughs at that sort of thing. He put it up. It's like, well, they're doing this, but I'm supposed to be. I'm the. I've got all this privilege. Where is it? So they're not able to construct it and unconstruct that, or be able to find some form of understanding where it is. And all of a sudden, these slick guys come along and say, "Hey, we've got the solve to your problems." And suffice to say, that's probably something people need to start looking into. They need to start talking to people, start listening. They're because it's kind of gotten out of hand, and we need to actually start fighting it. It's not just laughing at your uncle who preaches about Alex Jones, or your 13-year-old cousin who says "hollow hoax" every 5 minutes. You've got to act. Probably a good idea is, instead of being disdainful, to actually speak with them, try to figure out what is going on in their lives, and actually helping. Because radicalization can be prevented by inclusion. All right. Anyways, this is me screaming into the void. Over and out.